I'm sorry, but this is not it. We are barely a day into the Olympics, and already athletes like Hunter Hess, a Team USA Olympic skier, well, he feels the need to virtue signal on one of the biggest stages in the entire world. You're there to represent the American flag, and instead you say this?
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S. So yeah, I just kind of want to do it for my friends and my family and the people that support me getting here.
Look, I come from a family of athletes, Greco-Roman wrestlers from the former Soviet Union, and I can tell you this, they would never, ever. You choose to represent America, no one forced you, and now you're publicly distancing yourself from it while wearing the flag on your chest. This is embarrassing. Stand proud or don't stand at all.
This is how MAGA is reacting to athletes speaking out.
Any person who goes to the Olympics to represent the United States and then says they don't want to represent the United States should be immediately stripped of the Olympic uniform.
Florida Senator Rick Scott, whose former hospital company was fined $1.7 billion, has thoughts on dissent while promoting freedom. Meanwhile,
it's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration. It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and try and fight for our human rights. And now especially, it's not just affecting the queer community, but many other communities. And I think that we are able to support each other in a way that we didn't have to before. And because of that, it's made us a lot stronger. I hope I can use my platform and my voice throughout these games to try and encourage people to stay strong in these hard times. I know that a lot of people say, you're just an athlete, like stick to your job, shut up about politics, but politics affect us all. It is something that I will not just be quiet about because it is something that affects us in our everyday lives. So, of course, there are things that I disagree with, but as a community, we are strong and we support each other, and brighter days are ahead of us.
Amber Glenn, a 26-year-old figure skater, spoke out. She would then limit her social media use because of MAGA hating on her. More athletes use their platform for good.
It's definitely a tough time in our country right now, and I think I just continue to represent my values, which is compassion and respect and love for others, and also to represent my community at home and those that have given us the opportunities to be here. It's a very special experience.
I feel heartbroken about what's happened in the United States when, I'm pretty sure you're referencing ICE and some of the protests and things like that. I think that as a country, we need to focus on respecting everybody's rights and making sure that we're treating our citizens as well as anybody with love and respect.
I think there's a lot of hardship in the world, globally. And there's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of violence. It can be tough to reconcile that when you're also competing for medals in an Olympic event. I actually have some thoughts. I can read something that I had written, if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
So last night at the opening ceremonies, Charlize Theron, she had quoted Nelson Mandela. And I don't have the quote off the top of my mind because I'm not brilliant. Peace is not just the absence of conflict. Peace is the creation of an environment where we can all flourish, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, gender, class, caste, or any other social markers of difference. And for me, as this relates to the Olympics, I'm really hoping to show up and represent my own values, values of inclusivity, values of diversity and kindness and sharing, tenacity, work ethic, showing up with my team every single day, like I said before, the values that we bring and put out on the mountain and on the hill every single day. I'm hoping to represent those who have been supporting me this entire time. And I'm really thankful to be here. And my greatest hope for this Olympic Games, from a broader perspective, is that it is a beautiful show of of cooperation and of competition.
And more conservatives hated on them.
I'm talking more generally. When you're an athlete on this stage and you're getting into anything political that is clearly contentious and obviously open for debate, I think you're asking for trouble. I think there's some folks who are upset with the president right now merely because they agreed with the statements that were being made. But let's be clear, if any of these Olympians came out and said, actually, you know what, I'm going to take a contentious view on gender. I'm going to talk about transgender issues and trans women are not women. They would be vilified. And by the way, I would join you in calling that out because I just don't think it's appropriate. I think there are places to get into political debates and there are places to do what you're supposed to do and show your pride for this country, even when you disagree.
Okay. But now, in response to this, President Trump posted on Truth Social and called Hess a, quote, real loser who doesn't represent his country. He went on to add that Hess should not have tried out for the team, and it's too bad he's on it. You're seeing the full post on your screen right now. But Hess is one of a handful of several U.S. Olympians who have shared criticisms of the administration as they represent the United States. American figure skater Amber Glenn, who won gold as part of the U.S. team, had said it's been a hard time for the LGBTQ community during this administration.
On Glenn, she would say, and I quote, "I couldn't believe the outlandish backlash I've received for just supporting people. And of course, I have people supporting me, and I'm not online right now because of it, but I'm going to keep speaking my truth. I'm going to keep representing what I believe in and what I think all Americans believe in, which is freedom and being able to love and do what you want. So I hope we can keep going forward and be positive." The Athletic would have more. At 26, Glenn is the oldest U.S. Olympic singles skater in nearly a century. She's also one of the team's best shots at medaling. She's one of a few women skaters who consistently lands a triple axel, widely considered the most difficult triple jump in women's skating. Her impressive athleticism and recent dominance on the international circuit had her entering Milan riding a high. What I despise is this continued rhetoric about how, you can't criticize the United States because that makes you anti-American. First off, what you're saying is you despise the Constitution and you hate the First Amendment. Secondly, when you keep going on with these blasphemous remarks, it is the same thing that Jake Paul said about Bad Bunny, that if you criticize ICE and you criticize the U.S., then you're a fake citizen. That is not the case. Without dissent, we would have limited rights. Without dissent, we would not have any progress for each and every American. After all, these are the same people who say land of the free, home of the brave. These are brave people. They are going up against fascists. They are going up against the minions of fascism. And the minions, of course, have to answer back, when in reality, they don't have an answer. None of these are plausible defenses because they are on the wrong side of this, and they will continue to be on the wrong side of this. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.